Hello guys to the slightly delayed start of the MPGL, the Mineski Pro Gaming League Southeast Asian Qualifier Group Stage. It's gonna be Milk versus Insidious Idol in a 2-game series, and Milk, well, yesterday they had one game as well. They lost it 2-0, whereas Insidious Idol were able to tie it up with Rave 1-1. And we have some troubles with one spectator loading in. We from HeflaTV, of course, are ready. Me, Coucher, and I am joined by Mito as well. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. I actually didn't know Death was going to be standing in for Milk. If you look at it, from my recollection, Death is the captain of Team Assail, and they are, by their own rights, a very strong team as well. But today, we're going to have Milk versus Insidious Idol. And so far, the final spectator is still trying to load in. And it seems like it's actually the admin.
Oh,
Dear God.
well, she made it in, so all is good. And I mean, Death, actually, now that you mention him from being a sale, we casted him a week ago or something like that for the JDL Season 2, Division 1-2 playoffs. And I do remember that name, so you must be correct on that. And actually, funny enough, he's also drafting for Milk. So does that mean that either a sale is just breaking up, or usually when you have a stand-in, he's just substituting a player but not taking up the captain role, so might make things a little bit difficult for Milk here.
Indeed. But then once again, Death is a pretty good captain and a decent drafter, as well as he is a support player. So he definitely, like, when he plays, he has things in mind that he will want to offer to the team. And so far, it seems like Milk, they're pretty happy with it, so they're letting him draft. Which team do you favor, like, in general, like, in terms of skill level?
Well, just based on yesterday's performance, they both played against the same team, Rave. Insidious Idol, I do believe they won game number 1, rather convincingly as well. Whereas, well, in game number 2, Rave was able to come back, but Rave, they won 2-0 against Milk. And Milk, they just, I mean, it's not like they were bad or anything. I would just definitely favor Insidious Idol.
Ah, okay. So coming in for capture at the very least, Insidious Idol are going to be the favorites. For me, I'm just going to take a look, and then I'll decide after the draft ends, as we previously have done.
Yeah, well, looking at the start of the draft, Insidious Idol getting the Brewmaster for themselves, and drink Milk now. Shadow Shaman, of course they can go for additional push straight away as well if they really want to, like Nature's Prophet, Death Prophet, or just get their secondary support, get the Skywrath Mage to at least try to counter the Brewmaster in theory.
Wow, indeed. A lot of, during TI4, a lot of teams we saw was they would pick up Shadow Shaman plus Tidehunter. This is especially common in the Chinese teams, such as Vici Gaming. Vici has to be the one that everyone looks at when it comes to pushing, right? And the go-to instantly would be Shadow Shaman plus Tidehunter. And if they don't get these, well, Shadow Shaman will still be a go-to.
Yeah, they'll actually pick up an Ember Spirit as a secondary one. I do believe we saw a couple of Ember Spirits yesterday, although, actually funny enough, Tidehunter wasn't really a focus for any team yesterday. We maybe saw one game with him, or actually I think that was even in the European scene that I casted later after the MPGL. So, Ember Spirit, that's the one good thing that I always love about Southeast Asia. They're always just a little bit off the trend, so to say. So we won't see those so-called cookie cutter builds every single time, just seeing something new. And well, them getting the Ember Spirit does of course mean that in Insidious Idol now we're able to pick up the Skywrath for themselves, which of course is a really good hero overall. And of course, just getting the Ancient Seal on Ember can be so crucial in being able to lock him down and actually get that kill.
Wow, I actually had a lot of questions running through my mind when I saw the Ember pick. Because traditionally, like, when a team picks up Brewmaster, the instant counter will be a Skywrath plus a Doom. So it's understandable that Doom has been removed from the ban pick pool. And a Shadow Shaman, it's always a good pick to have. It fits in generally any pushing lineup. It's good for high ground defense. The only downside to Shadow Shaman is that he's kind of squishy, can die to phase diving heroes like Brewmaster, blinking in, straight away ultimate so he doesn't get hexed up. But picking a second pick Ember Spirit, that is just asking for a counter. And we're looking at a Skywrath Mage, and I don't think there's any better way to put it. And I am somewhat surprised that a Tidehunter hasn't been picked up, seeing its popularity in TI4 and whatnot. So far, Insidious Idol though, I think Razor would be pretty nice. I mean, that's another hero
It's
we
banned,
see.
man, it's banned.
Oh, you're right, it's a first ban. I'm sorry. I'm having a little sight problems, probably because I just woke up.
And to be honest, do you think that Insidious Idol made a slight mistake or just overlook, finding out the Wraith King instead of the Death Prophet? Yeah, I just believe Death Prophet together with Shadow Shaman is impossible, well not impossible, but just extremely hard to stop. And of course, Death Prophet's own silence can be used against the Brewmaster later on as well.
Indeed. So far, I have to favor Milk's lineup a bit more because you're not banking everything on the Ember Spirit. But the draft has somewhat been revealed. It is going to be a pushing strat, but with also a lot of late game potentials. All they need is some form of tanker. A Centaur, once again, back to the Tidehunter, would be a great hero. Fits perfectly. They need the guy to soak up the damage. They got the big AoE lockdown. Tidehunter in the offlane can easily have teammates stack up the Ancients, and he can go and clear it around the 10-minute mark or not, and just get a very fast mech. Because once he gets the mech, then hey, the death ball push is gonna happen. So far though, from I don't see any counter pushing coming out, as well as the hero structure itself just doesn't really synergize all that well. Skywrath Mage, generally you want good lockdown heroes. Faceless Void has already been removed from the pool. We're still looking at possibilities like Clockwork, but if you pick up a Clockwork, then hey, you're running out of carries, you're running out of options, because Brewmaster is going to be taking up a solo lane. If you get a Clockwork, essentially their lineup will be lacking in pushing, and it will be a lineup that will be lacking in late game potentials as well, which means they have to close the game early, but the hero structures, they just don't have it.
Yeah, well, of course they have 2 picks left still. Can maybe turn it around somewhat, get a proper setup for the Mirana Arrow as well. Because at the moment, they have one more room for an extra support if they really want to. Get either a Bane or a Shadow Demon. Actually, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing a Bane. Just get the Fiend Script, try to get the Ember Spirit wall, just set up kills on anybody really. And of course just Nightmare into Arrow, into Mystic Flare, Fiend Script into Mystic Flare. Definitely wouldn't be too bad, I think, if they want to go for it, and it could even make for a pretty good aggressive trial lane for them as well.
Indeed. Well, there are a lot of ways to play this so far, and with 2 more heroes left, what are some potential candidates? Well, I'm still dying to see a Kunkka. I've had enough of Tinker, but let's see how it goes. I mean, Tinker has been such a popular hero ever since DDZ played it in TI4 qualifiers, followed up by Excalibur playing him during the summit. Well, that hero has always been popular in Southeast Asia, and will he be the counter-pushing hero that Insidious Idol is looking for?
Well, even if they do pick up the Tinker, I think Drink Milk has what it takes to still push down towers. Mass Serpent Wards, Exorcism, and Ember Spirit of course could just steamroll into the Tinker,
yes!
But man, you get what you wish for.
I've been screaming for this hero for so long. I mean, I've been crying about it, yesterday on the stream, whatnot, like when you were casting with Hefla, I was like, come on, give us a Kunkka, give us a Kunkka, and finally we get a Kunkka. And I want to see the ZSMJ style, the guy on the Reddit, the 6.9k MMR guy, who goes for drums, Blink Dagger, Battle Fury, Daedalus, and then I want this game to go long, because, hey, both teams have really scary late game potential now. Kunkka, if he gets double Divine, double Daedalus, a Blink Dagger, and Boost of Travels, you're looking at 2.3k pure damage crits coming out. And that is just amazing,
how
amazing
often do you get those items?
Well, not very often for me, because generally I get crushed. But that 6.9k MMR guy, I checked out a couple of his replays. He whenever the game gets a bit long, around the 60-minute mark or so, it does tend to happen. And wow, that is gonna be so wicked sick to look at. Because hey, on the other side we've got Death Prophet, we've got Bristleback, we've got Ember Spirit, who is just as sick with a Divine Rapier and whatnot. So I'm pumped. I want this game to drag late to see what would potentially happen between the 2 teams. Because hey, a Sleight of Fist with double Divine and a couple of Daedalus, that could easily be a team wipe. But so can a Kunkka Tidebringer crit.
Well, to be honest, I definitely don't mind the Kunkka, and let's say it's gonna go into the mid lane, which it most likely is. Do you think it's just gonna be a Brewmaster offlane for them, or in Insidious Idol, do they still plan on picking up an aggressive support to just go for the aggressive trial lane with? Or maybe even have like Kunkka support, which of course you wouldn't like.
Oh, I definitely don't want a Kunkka support. Please don't do this to Kunkka. But let's see. If Insidious Idol does put the Kunkka mid, which might mean that Brewmaster is going to be in a safe lane, then who is he going to be up against? He will most likely be matching up against a Bristleback if that's a scenario. But with the Enchantress pickup, feels like that's not going to happen. It's probably going to be, I'm definitely assuming here, but either a Brewmaster or Mirana offlane, right? That's the most logical
well,
reason.
seeing who picks up what hero, Shagasaurus is the offlane player for Insidious Idol, so most likely will be the Brewmaster, unless they change the heroes around while they get into the game. But Drink Milk, with the Sand King last pick, actually it reminds me just a little bit of Titan, for example, running the Sand King and the Shadow Shaman. Usually, of course, Titan used to run either the Sand King or the Shadow Shaman, because Net used to play both of those heroes. But they actually got themselves together quite often as well, so one thing about this I like is that both heroes are just so strong, but then again, this most likely means that Shadow Shaman will be in the position 5 and might not actually get his Blink Dagger, and I personally think that a Shadow Shaman with and without the Blink Dagger is just like night and day. It's so different, the strength of the hero.
Indeed, indeed. Well, so the game has started. I think I'll quickly introduce the Milk players. So we have the stand-in Death playing as a support Sand King. At top, we have La 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 playing as the offlane Bristleback. At mid, it seems like it's going to be X-Shadower playing as a mid-solo Death Prophet, already ready for the bottle rush. And Toy is going to be on the support Shadow Shaman. And finally, we have Rin, going to be playing as the carry Ember Spirit.
Yeah, and for Insidious Idol, they're on the aggressive at the moment already threat. On the Enchantress going first, Isera on the Kunkka. Can they actually get the Ember Spirit? Maybe. They have the torrent as well. Can they set it up? The torrent will connect it. What a sick animation it was. Man, Concussive Shot setting up the slow, and Shagasaurus on the Brewmaster gets the first blood as Chu will be playing the carry Mirana. And the last one for them is Neltharion on the Skywrath Mage, who just puts down some harass on the Sand King now.
Wow, so that was a fairly quick first blood. And this is actually working beautifully for Insidious Idol, because they got the early pickoff. They have control of the opponent's jungle. Right now, Milk, they have no idea if their pull cam is warded. They have no idea if the Enchantress is going to be aggressive jungling or defensive jungling. So this is definitely going to be working in favor of II.
Yeah, it most definitely is, and just look at their positioning again. They're not done yet. Only between the Enchantress and the Skywrath. They want to just go for some more straight away. Oh, can they find some death? Never mind, he's just gonna place a ward and back off at Neltharion. He wants that Invis rune, and with the Invis rune, can maybe even set up an early kill on the Death Prophet if rather Milk isn't careful.
Wow, so are we gonna have a very early dual
Just look
roam?
at the Kunkka set as well. Look at this portrait. That coat
have
or
the
whatever
set.
it is. To be honest, it looks a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit female-ish, the coat. Like, don't know.
Oh man, I love the fur coat. Oh, but his is all genuine. Wow. Wow. Rich. Very rich. I wish I had the genuine set as well.
Yeah, he has the monocle as well. Like, pimped out Kunkka.
Indeed. I want to see some pimped out plays then.
He already set up the torrent, and mid lane, can they get some more? Enchantress coming in, he has the tomato there as well to get that clap going. Neltharion, of course, Invis is gonna wear off Toys. He's hanging around as well. Actually, Toys, he might be the one in trouble now. Getting slowed down, the torrent is gonna connect as well. Another easy kill for them. And that's actually, it gets shared. Did the range creep kill him? Oh man.
Wow, I think so. The tiny bit of right click coming out from the range creep just secured the kill, I think. But
Oh, Cougar Snipe might be incoming. Neltharion,
Oh, man.
I mean, he actually doesn't have any vision, so he has to guess the timing. I mean, I thought like maybe gonna place an aggressive ward and come on, go now, Skywrath Mage, no! Opportunity potentially missed.
oh man,
Oh,
a
not
shadow
yet.
he is controlling.
Oh, go on, you can
that's
get it.
one. That's
Oh.
two.
And
And
it was a
indeed-
bottle there as well. X-Shadower, he bottled up and wanted to bottle crow and put the bottle back on. Oh my god, this is a huge blow.
Wow, Insidious Idol, they're getting such a dreamy opening. The first blood as well as a courier snipe. Man, things are just going their way.
Although Enchantress might be in trouble death, he already started with boots of speed, burst strike does connect Shadow Shaman, Ether Shock only, will it be enough threat? Oh, he's healing up, nope. Level 1, not enough, so he goes down in return, but comparing to what Insidious Idol has already got them for themselves, it's definitely not too distracting for them just losing that one hero.
Yeah, and another key component that I forgot to mention during the early game phases, this Enchantress pickup is such a stroke of genius because, hey, we all know that Sand King at level 3, he's gonna start stacking up the camps and just use his Sandstorm to farm away. But with the Enchantress just roaming in and out, we're sitting at 3 minutes in, Death is only level 2, there are no jungle stacks whatsoever. And this Enchantress early rotation from Insidious Idol is causing problems all over the place.
Yeah, it's really worked out wonders for them at the moment. Of course, if Enchantress can keep up the good pace, might be falling a little bit behind in levels now. Runs into death once again, Sand King though. He's alone this time around, no help from the Shadow Shaman inside. But looking at the other lanes as well for a little while, Ysera in the mid lane is, well, kind of dominating at least so far. X, Torrent going out, wants to go for extra harass. Does connect as well, but X Shadow should be able to escape unless Ysera gets some nice body blocking off. Going for the right click still. No face boost, but can he catch up? One more right click might be enough. Nope, 9 HP. Oh man.
Oh man, if the Death Prophet turned around right there and went for a Crypt Swarm, he could have easily gotten the kill as well. So that was some very, very risky plays. But I think that's something that Insidious Idol needs to be able to do. Take some risks. If they can pull ahead, that's going to be great for them. Because I still fear for them a little bit more in the mid game. If Milk, the heroes get their items, they group up as 5, they push as a team, what does Insidious Idol really have to stop them?
Yeah, and maybe that was one reason why Insidious Idol actually went for the Enchantress. And speaking of the Enchantress, Smoke and going on to the top lane, Bristle Black out of mana already. No harass from the Quill Sprays, and should be an easy kill, even the Torrent to come out. And well, they actually rotated a lot of heroes there, but Kanka, well, with a haste rune, he's already back mid lane almost.
Yep, and with a single pull coming out from Insidious Idol, this was just a push that they were looking to do. And is anyone going to be able to stop this push from happening from Milk right now? Seems like everybody on Milk, they're still scrambling for levels. And this might just be a very, very easy tower.
And that's what I wanted to say about this whole when I spotted out the smoke gank is maybe that is the reason why they just went aggressive jungle. Like you already mentioned, that prevents the Sand King from stacking and farming up himself. They couldn't really pull either because they were just in constant danger of dying there. And with that, Shadow Shaman, level 3, as is the Sand King. I mean, 5 minutes in, yes, in theory it's not that bad since Enchantress is 3 as well. But they need to get the death ball rolling as soon as just possible for them, especially considering how it has gone so far.
Yep, and this is a very gank-oriented Kunkka build. Getting 3 levels into X mark the spot. It just means we're expecting, most likely, he's going to be expending his combo most of the time. Because if it's going to be a static farmer in the mid lane, well, normally you'll be maxing out the Tidebringer, just so that anyone who stays in your lane is going to cop a lot of harassment.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, with that build that he has X Shadow already doesn't really dare to go up too far, but Sand King spots out Neltharion, the smoke breaks because of it, and unfortunate for Insidious Idol, this gank, they have to back off. But still, just waiting some time, Death Prophet can't really farm up as well as he would want to, but Crypt Swarm allows him to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, because
but mid lane, X comes out, the boat is there as well, the Torrent connection drops extremely low, but there was no follow-up and death. Can he get the Burrow Strike onto Ysera now in turn? Nope, he misses. A little bit too low in range, and in the meantime, Shadow Shaman gets slowed down by the enchant. Concussive Shot probably was used as well. Arcane Bolt's arrow, he has to dodge it, and with the dodge, he actually got a little bit closer to Neltharion and Shred, so make it 4-1.
Wow, Insidious Idol, they're playing this just so freaking well. You look at Milk's lineup, and it just looks so potent, it looks so powerful. But look at the supports. Sand King, he has had almost 0 time to farm in the jungle. And without his Blink Dagger, I just don't see...
They might get the kill though, Shred. Searing Change was used already, but a nice silence of the death to prevent the Burrow Strike from happening. Can he still get in range though? Concussive Shot. Slow after to get the Hex, but leap out just before the Burrow Strike. Man, nothing is going Milk's way. Now Moonlight Shadows, they're going to turn it around. Chagasaurus there with Thunderclap out. Can he go for the Primus? But yes, he can. Magic Stick to get those mana points back, and now while Bristle back. In theory, he's tanky, but he just melted there, and Rin gonna go down as the secondary hero.
Oh man.
Oh, I heard the X mark the spot as well, and somebody... Torrent! Oh, it connects just barely on death.
Wow, he tried to deny himself. That was all about he could have done. Wow, but the momentum right now it's heavily favoring Insidious Idol. If you look at the gold difference, we're only 7 minutes into the game, and it's already sitting at about 5,000 in favor of II. In XP, it's roughly the same as well, with a 3k advantage in favor of II. Man, this is just... they're steamrolling Milk as of now.
Yeah, this will get this tower, it's gonna be around the 6k gold lead, unless Milk can get the tier 1 mid lane in return. Exorcism has been popped, but with only 2 points into Witchcraft and it being a level 1 Exorcism, it's not that scary. They try to make something happen on Ysera, although they have to be careful. X marks the spot, can set up an easy kill on Rin, who still is yet to hit level 6 and get that Remnant to actually be able to try to get out, but even then it's gonna be hard. Oh, the X goes out, the Ghost Ship as well, will it actually hit? No, X-Shadow gets out. The Torrent wasn't there to follow up, Ysera a little bit too low on mana for that. Arrow off target as well.
Wow, what Milk really needs to do is they need to get the Shadow Shaman to be level 6. I think this is the most crucial thing right now. He is such a key component to say, hey, even being able to trade a couple of Taras. And the second primary focus would be, well, that would be the secondary focus for this game for Milk would be just getting that Blink Dagger on Sand King. Because once Sand King has a Blink Dagger, that's a lot of scare factor. You don't know when you're pushing a Tara all grouped up as they are right
here
now.
change the connect only on the Enchantress. There's the Burrow Strike as well, Enchantress. Gonna be the sacrificial, well, I wanted to say lamp, but a fawn, triad, however you want to call him. As Ysera X marks the spot himself, TP's home, bottling up, and he's gonna be back as well. Smart plays, although Burrow Strike is there straight on Kanka, but the Thunderclap from Shagasaur still turnaround damage. Too great, silence up or in, and well, I mean, was it a little bit too greedy trying to go for the Kanka like that? I guess it wasn't. X marks the spot. Ghost Ship coming out as well. X-Shadow. He can't make it out this time. Torrent. Really not even necessary. Shagasaur gets the kill and 10-2. They just keep on making the snowball bigger and bigger.
Indeed, indeed. Wow, this is just some beautiful teamwork coming out from Insidious Idol. That arrow, I mean X marked the spot into the arrow, into the ship. Wow, they're just playing great. The early Enchantress roaming has worked out beautifully for them as well. Milk, they're on the back foot, but I feel they still have a good chance. It's just they need the levels and the items.
Do you think that they actually shouldn't be looking for fights or just defending this tower as 5? Because somebody needs to be farming at the same time. Although Shadow Shaman is at least level 6, so that's going for them. But Sand King still sitting on level 4, not farming up at all. I do feel like that the Sand King, his level 2 Burrow Strike isn't too useful anyway in the fights. He has to get up really close to actually use it. So might as well maybe dedicate some time to farm up bottom lane maybe?
Oh. Yeah, I have to agree with you here. He needs the farm. But there's Mud Golems right now, and La 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 is going to help him clear it. Is La 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 anywhere near the mech? Wow, so La La La, he's fairly poor as well.
Now, so. And the one thing, of course, with Bristleback is as well that, yes, he's a really tanky hero, but he needs levels for that, needs more points into Bristleback, and of course, just some items wouldn't hurt. But Shagasaur has the Prime Split, the slows on the toys come out, can he do anything? Shadow, oh, the Misty Prayer on top of his head, he gets somehow out of it, but probably gonna go down anyway, and yes, indeed, he is toys. Drops low now, Impetus comes out from Shred, they're gonna get the kill, Brewmaster is the author for it, X marks the spot on La La La, Torrent to follow up, and man, that Torrent just, every time, it looks so sick to me, as Bristleback. It's gonna be another 3-4-0 exchange.
Oh dear god, this is definitely not going well for Milk. And if we look at Enchantress, she has a hand of Midas. You know when your supports are rich. And it's even questionable if this Enchantress is in fact a support.
Yeah, it's actually looking at the net worth as well now. Top 4 is made up by Insidious Idol. And well, now this tower goes down, they extend their lead even further. Suddenly Brewmaster on top of the face boots, drums, 11.5 minutes in now. There's a blink as well. They're just so extremely stacked with just 3 towers going down, getting 13 kills to their name. I mean, what's the next stop for them? Roshan maybe even? Enchantress tanking it up? Or actually no points into Untouchable, so just get a creep from the jungle to tank it up, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, without Untouchable, Roshan, it's gonna take a while for them. And it's gonna be fairly difficult as well. Might as well just focus on other objectives. Right now, they know they're ahead. And it's so easy for them
X onto X, Shadow, Ghost Ship, gonna come out as well. Will it land on target? X Shadow try to just actually pretty smartly move towards the Kanka rather than running away and into the Ghost, but still, Ghost Ship hits.
Wow. Even the Mirana has enough money for a hand of Midas. Is that what he purchased up?
Oh
Nope,
no,
it's
it's
a
a
nuclear
Milk
hammer.
Yeah, they don't
So
need
it's not
any
gonna
more
be the
greed.
all-out greed.
To be
Well,
honest,
that's still good.
yeah, they just don't want to give any space to Milk at the moment. They don't want the Sand King to get his Blink Dagger at all in this game. At least by how their movements have been around the map so far. And of course, I mean, if they keep up the pressure, the Sand King actually might not be able to get the Blink after all. And funny enough, although Milk has a Death Prophet as well as a Shadow Shaman, they've yet to take down a single tower.
Oh wow, this is huge. We're sitting at 13 minutes and, well, this game feels a lot longer than 13 minutes. But
That's what
mid
Action
tower
does.
might just be their choice right there. Because top has full HP, bottom pretty low, but it's getting pushed heavily. So mid might be their best bet.
Actually, if Milk suddenly get like 2 towers down, if, that's a big if, of course, top lane, it's gonna be hard, but I mean, they just need any form of gold that they can get. Yes, of course, it was a trade at the moment because the tier 2 went down, which in theory is in favor of Insidious, but oh, Ysera, can he get toys? Anybody, Shaggersaurus blinks in as well. X marks the spot, actually onto himself, Ysera. I think he wanted to target the TP out, but Shaggersaurus will toys. Oh, sad life if you're a Shadow Shaman. 1-4-0.
And Mirana is just chipping away at bottom. Wow.
Oh, but the
is
Searing
Ring
Chain's
gonna
going
be
for the
this?
TP out. Anybody to cancel it? No. Death. No Blink Dagger.
And that's the Maelstrom completed for Mirana.
And actually Mirana is 0-0 and 6. Support Mirana, carry Enchantress.
Oh man.
Conka 1-0 and 8.
The roles have reversed. We now have a carry Enchantress, which is actually so legit. I love seeing the Massive Mana's Aghanim's. Wow, just watching the impetus fly.
Brewmaster
It's
is
amazing.
carry as well, 7-0 and 3. And they're already just eyeballing the bottom lane here, or top lane rather, the tower. Shagasaurus in position to just blink in Thunderclap, Primal Split, and kill everybody by himself. And he's gonna go in. Yes, he is. 2-man Thunderclap, Shadowware, gonna get caught. Mystic Flare, Ghost Ship to fly, man. Actually, they expended quite a lot for that one kill, but it's worth just getting one down. Numbers advantage, but Rin, he wants to come in. Is there any silence? Is something to stop him? Sleight of fist, but it's dropping low to the physical damage. Brewmaster actually might go down. No, he gets out of it. Another torrent is there, beautiful, hitting on 2 heroes. The Tidebringer to follow, but the shackles onto Shagasaurus. They might actually get the kill. Enchantress went down already as well. But Shagasaurus, he's tanky enough. Pops the drums to get there faster. X-Marks his bot onto La La La. Arrow, a little bit off timing. So, was it really a 2-for-1 only in the end?
Yeah, the Panorama Brewmaster got away safely. Surprisingly, he moved so freaking fast. It was like the drums plus the face boots. Race car, Brewmaster.
And Rin must go for well, of course. But the torrent, Rin gets out of it. Actually, he's going balls deep at the moment against Choo Choo. Leap already in cooldown, but Rin realizes that his own movement speed just isn't enough to catch up. And the Ember Spirit's struggling really hard. He's the highest net worth on Milk's side. But it being 15.5 minutes in, he has the phase and drums, but not a single component of the Battle of Fury is finished. And the whole the Ghost Ship mid lane just to farm up or what?
Oh man, he wanted to go for 3 heroes. And I like what Milk is doing right now, just letting the Sand King farm, because he's only, what, another 800 gold away from his Blink Dagger. This is going to be so crucial if they have a chance at all in the game. We're 16 minutes in, and if you look at the net worth, I mean the gold graph, the gold difference, it's over 10,000 in favor of II. And for XP, it's sitting at around 10k as well. This is just a massive, massive lead. I wouldn't be surprised if I go for the Roshan right now, and then just go for one straight push to end the game.
Yeah, in theory at least, there definitely shouldn't be anything to stop them, and well, Shred is already in the Roche pit. No idea what they're looking for. Okay, they waited for the arrow because Enchantress only 1 point into untouchable. So Roshan, probably not gonna be the fastest one, but I don't think Milk will actually make it there, or even if they have an idea, it would be too risky for them just to go in.
Well, we're just waiting for the Roshan to fall, and I believe Milk, they're aware of this. They have the ward scouting the place. And, well, they definitely can't contest, so might as well take a couple of towers and get some economy for the entire team.
Yeah, and the one thing, of course, for Milk at the moment is that not only are they behind in gold, but the XP factor is even a little bit bigger because with more XP, they could just fight so much better, especially the Death Prophet. the damage between the level 1 exorcism and level 2 is pretty huge, because level 1 exorcism is 4 spirits, whereas level 2 is 12 spirits. So the damage pretty much triples itself.
Oh, indeed.
Oh,
Wow.
they wanted to catch La La La. He has a TP though. Not risking it at the moment, just afraid that the cancel would come.
What's flying in right now? So Kunkka, it seems like he's going for the traditional Shadow Blade in this build.
Or Battle Fury in the making, maybe. Well, I do think it's a Shadow Blade though. Makes much more sense, just get in and out of fights, set up the X combos.
Oh, this is so sad. Look at the Sand King. He is less than 100 gold away from a Blink Dagger. Man, it would have made such a huge difference if you can get it right now. And doesn't reveal it, of course. Keep a smoke in the back, do a single smoke on yourself, keep the opponents guessing. Wow, and a return Moonlight Shadow. Are they going to be able to find anyone?
Oh, Lysiard,
Nope.
he was definitely looking for it, but Milk. I'm not too sure if they actually saw the Moonlight Shadow getting popped or something, but whether they did or not, they backed off at the right time, so averting epic disaster at the moment. Buying some time for the Sand King to get his Blink Dagger, which is 15 gold away by now. Even if he doesn't get any last hits, he's still gonna get the Blink, and actually even the creeps might just take care of the tower now.
Yeah, it's a huge creep wave coming in with a Glaive Thrower, so this tower should be going down. And at the same time, Insidious Idol, they don't want to waste any more time. So Isera, he's gonna X-Mark himself and just run forward. But isn't that more suited for a Blink Dagger Kunkka if he wants to play the X-Mark himself and just jump around, get a couple of cleaves?
Well, I think he usually would want to set up kills with that rather than use it on himself, but at the moment it was just an opportune moment for him to do so. Rin TPing out safely. Sand King, of course, with his newly acquired Blink Dagger, wants to make it out as well, and in the chat people are hoping for the dream score of 322. Do you think we'll see it happen?
Oh, 3-2-2?
Yeah, the kill score, man.
Why not? And then the game ends at what, 32 minutes, 30 seconds? 20 seconds. Holy crap, my map is still really bad.
That would be pretty
horrendous.
sick, but man, I've gotten so close so many times to seeing that score, but either the enemy team gets like 1 kill in the last team fight, or the team that wins just goes like 1 kill overboard or something. I literally saw a GG being called at 321 with 1 hero surviving on the losing team, but oh, Blink Thunderclap, the Primal Split is there as well, Shadower. They might get their first kill in a couple of minutes. The Concussion Shot comes out as well. Mystic Flare, completely off target, I want to say. Shadower, can you go for the TP out to Torrent? Not even necessary, the burst damage was enough. Ancient Seal boosting the magic as Ember remnants himself away. So Primal Split and Mystic Flare for 1 kill, it's worth it. Death Prophet down, can maybe even force him to buy back, and actually I didn't even check it before, but Death Prophet, he went for Arcane Boots, so usually not a position a Death Prophet wants to be in either.
Yeah, indeed. Normally you want that Kiilstofte, so once you pop your Exorcism, you can always Cyclone yourself if you're taking any damage, and then the Exorcism is still gonna fly, and all the people waiting below is just gonna... They have to tank through massive amounts of flying, I don't know, what do you call them? Spirit damage. But right now, this game, it feels like the momentum has slowed down considerably compared to how the game started out. And with every passing minute that II gives Milk to breathe, I feel Milk can definitely get back into the game. They have the stronger composition when it comes to, like, assuming they're the same level and same items, they are definitely on top in terms of team fight. So I feel things can turn eventually. If Milk gets 1 good fight, they come out on top. They get additional roughly a minute or so.
Oh, but
no!
arrow in the face!
No.
Can they defend him or... Oh, Defi goes in, but it Blink! It doesn't come out soon enough, I don't know if he got cancelled or something. He caught nobody, although the Ghost Ship Torrent completely failed as well, so I guess an ultimate for an ultimate, but... What disabled this Blink there? I saw, I think, a skeleton actually walking into the trees at some point. Like, what?
Somebody
Mjolnir procs?
cancelled his
Lucky
Blink.
Mjolnir? I have no idea.
Me neither. But this might just be the horn for II to go for the high ground.
Oh,
There's no more
X-Mark spot,
X-Center.
Blink, Thunderclap, the Primal Speed, is it really off cooldown again? It really feels like he just used it as X-Shadower, trying to do some extreme damage, but Exorcism is still only level 1, they get Rin, Now Def, he goes in deep, but no exorcism, or rather, no epicenter coming out. The Brewmaster actually goes down under the tier 4 tower's Q, forced to leap out as well. Shirashan, he bought back Death. Can he blink? Burrow Strike, catch somebody. Moonlight Shadow is there. Concussion shot as well. But man, Brewmaster just tanking up Bristleback and paying for it. Expert spot onto La La La. Ghost ship to fly as well. Will it be there in time? The Mystic Flare is a little bit off target.
Wow. Well, so far, Milk, the high ground holds. So, even though they lost a couple of heroes in those fights, and the crucial spells such as Epicenter didn't catch anyone, I still have to say they have a very tiny bit of a chance. You just can't rule them out until the very end.
Yeah, I mean, even the tower didn't just take any damage almost. Insidious Idol, they were more focusing on going for the fight rather than just getting objectives for themselves. So as long as they keep on doing that, Milk, they can come back. It is definitely going to be hard, and especially considering Insidious Idol being on the dire side, they will most likely get every Aegis. And one Roshan from now, there's even going to be cheese. So that of course makes it even harder for Milk, but if they just don't make too many mistakes, don't get caught out on the map, if they can just defend as a 5-man unit, they should be able to just stave off a couple of more pushes potentially.
The items are slowly coming though. If you look at La La La, he is actually just a recipe away from a full BKB. And a BKB, right now, let's see, does I have any good physical damage? We have some pretty good physical damage from Mirana, and a little bit of a chip damage from Kunkka. Of course, I still have to say the hardest hitter has to be the Enchantress, right? But Impetus, that's pure damage right there, so I don't know.
Well, to be Shagasaurus, if he gets a crit, 280 damage, not bad. But of course, it's not like you can count on the crit as much. But now they're going for the push, they have the troll, the skeletons are out as well, they even have a center conqueror for extra attack speed. Will the tower finally fall? Because, well, it's definitely not going down super fast. No exorcism or mass serpent force, but X Shadower, expert spot from Isera, torrent to follow up as well. The ghost ship, will it be there in time? Actually, the torrent, it came out like a millisecond too soon.
Wow, a little bit of a miscalculation. But Kunkka doesn't really matter. His bow has a 40-second cooldown. He can just constantly spam. Oh, it's only a level 2 bow.
But Death, Shagasaurus, silence is there as well. Can you get this Primal Split? Epicenter, no, he goes down again. No buyback him on him for the time being, and Rin, he wants to go for more. He's completely low on mana now thanks to the remnants. Stu, Moonlight Shadow, they pop the dust. The Burroster catches the Mirana as well. Leap is already on cooldown. They need some additional lockdown. The torrent will be there on 3 heroes. Isera might be able to save Chu's life after all.
Wow, that was a sick torrent, catching 3 heroes. But Mirana, is he truly safe? TPs are coming in. Is anyone going to be able to catch him? Nope. It's a little too fast.
But, I mean, to be honest, in the last fight already, with the Brewmaster dying, our dream score was completely ruined. Man, major bummer, but Insidious Idol, they're... this time around, they didn't even go too deep or anything. The Brewmaster just got caught. Burrow Strike into the silence of the Death Prophet and Epicenter to just burst him down.
If you're watching, right, this game is actually getting scarier and scarier. So, Death Prophet is just about 100 gold away from his Yule Scepter. And once he gets the Yules, then Kunkka will no longer be able to land his combination if he initiates on the Death Prophet. You put X mark the spot, sure. You want to put Torrent Boat, I'll just Yule myself. And everything you've got to throw will just end up missing. And Bristleback, once he gets his BKB, that negates a lot. Ember Spirit, well, still fairly far away, but at least he's getting there. Probably a 30-minute Battle Fury.
Oh, Death might be in trouble going for the TP out. X marks the spot, Torrent is there as well, Mystic Flare. Nope. He just paid for his life. He went for a really aggressive ward placement here in the enemy jungle. He just got caught out.
Well, hashtag space created, right? So Shadow Shaman, he knows, hey, all your heroes are at top. We can just farm mid. Bristleback knows, hey, there's no one defending. Except for Mirana at bottom. So when you see all of the opponents on the map, this allows you to make better judgments and make better usage of your own jungle or the opponent's Ancient. I actually think La 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 can actually go for the Dire Ancient. That's some free gold right there that he desperately needs.
Well, it might be a little bit too risky for him to just actually take that chance. I mean, in theory, yes, he needs like any bit of gold he can gather at the moment. but Dire Ancients might be not the best place to farm, and of course he's getting close to his BKB. It would be a real shame if he died now.
Oh man, Insidious idle. They're just waiting for the next Roshan, aren't they? They're already in position, circling around this area, but Roshan hasn't spawned, so this is a little bit of time wasted. And this just means Milk, the heroes have even more time to catch up. Gold on the XP graph, I just want to quickly take a look. Gold still heavily favoring Insidious Idol with over 15,000 lead. And XP, it has kind of gone back a tiny bit from around, what, 13,000 back to around 12,000. Now it's shifting towards that direction once again. But it's just a hero composition. I feel Milk still have a chance. I don't know why, maybe you disagree, maybe most of the viewers will disagree with me, but I do feel Milk, as bad as things look right now, are not out of it.
Always root for the underdogs, man. But
yeah, everybody loves a huge comeback.
To be honest, why I think that they might not be able to just make a comeback back at all is just the Ember Spirit. If he was the highest farmed hero on Milk, maybe. Because Ember Spirit, he just needs to dish out the damage. Death Prophet, yes, it's gonna be nice having the Yule Scepter and all. But I do believe if he just gets caught somehow, which he shouldn't with the Yules, I guess, by the Kanka combo, he's just down for the count. Maybe even just one any stun, a slow with the Mystic Flare on top would already be the end. I mean, Skyr of Mage now, having finished the Rod of Aethos, he himself can set up the Mystic Flare is pretty good. And Bristleback, is he gonna be able to just stay alive long enough and spam those Quill Sprays for everybody to have to back off or just die?
So far the answer will most likely be a no, right? Kunkka has gotten a Crystallis as well, so if anything, in the if the lucky crit comes out, I don't see anyone surviving through the burst that Insidious Idol have. Mirana is getting really fat as well. Another 3.2k gold sitting in the bank for him.
Well, I guess I wouldn't mind the Desolator. Manta style as well wouldn't be possibly too bad, although a BKB is something that would allow the Mirana to just stand and completely right click away. But then again, even with the BKB, Exorcism still goes through you, as does the Bristleback Quill Sprays. So what do you think, or what do you reckon would be the best item choice for the Mirana here?
Mirana? I feel Mirana can be fairly comfortable in just going for all-out DPS items. His teammates can tank up enough for him, but if they're deciding to go high ground, a BKB might be nice. Maybe. A little bit of tankability, because you are going high ground, you do expect the retaliation, and there are some pretty sick spells that could come out. The Exorcism, the Silence could be pretty disruptive towards you. The Shadow Shaman always has the Hex and... I almost said the wrong word. Almost. But the Hex.
Man,
and
I have to say, I read when they paused and said Porn lag. I swear to God, I read porn lag.
Probably. I'm pretty sure I saw the same thing. And I think in the chat, I do see the word porn, but anyways, let's get back to the game.
Oh,
wow.
Silence, stop, slow down as well. Can they get the additional lockdown? X marks the spot. Torrent, Ghost Ship is flying as well. Can they all hit? Yes, even Yarrow connected. Perfect setup. And he does not have a buyback.
Oh man. When you leave the base of the Ember Spirit, generally you will leave one remnant behind, so if anything at all, you can always instantly get back to the base.
Oh, another X
Ember
marks the
just
spot.
can't afford to die.
Torrent, Bristleback. Oh, no BKB on him yet. He has actually saved his gold. Didn't want to go for the finished BKB. Of course, at the moment, didn't cost him his life, but in playing it close.
This is so bad for Milk right now, because the Exorcism is on cooldown. And Insidious Idol, that's exactly what they're waiting for the Exorcism to end. And just slowly...
Oh yes, Hera! Miscalculations, but Jagasaur, he went in with the Thunderclap Primal Split. X-Shadow, he Yules up, gets most of his life back with the spirits returning to him, but now slowed down even additionally. Concussive Shot, Rod of Aethos, but the Epicenter comes out onto two heroes. The supports, they lose their lives, and now Master Serpent Wards once again. Brewmaster, will he go down in that Earth Panda form? No, he just comes back. Thunderclap onto 3. But the rest of Insidious Idol, they're not coming to help. The Torrent is there, but Chegasaur's the TP, no. Cancelled by the Burst Strike, so Milk, they actually defend once again.
But the Ember dies once again as well. Wow,
And
Milk.
Pipebringer.
Wow, what's gonna happen right here? No massive crits coming out. And Toys, he cops an arrow. And he's definitely going down here. No chance of him surviving. So that ended up being a fairly even trade of 3 for 3. But I feel Insidious Idol with Kunkka and Mirana, they can continue the push. After all, they still have the Aegis. And how is Milk gonna be able to defend?
Well, Def is gonna go in Crypt form as well. Chu is actually dropping low the torrent. Will be off target for anyone, as will the ghost ship. Man, they were so
the
close to
tower.
getting Chu. So close.
But it's happening. They successfully defend once again.
Oh, but
Yeah.
there's a machine gun enchantress on the way soon. Just needs the Mask of Death now.
Oh yes. Wow, Enchantress. He's the true carry. He's gonna be in the back, and once he gets the Massive Manas, we talked about it. It's like you said, it's a machine gun. And how much is it gonna do? Well, it's pure damage, so it's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, and actually, one important thing to note out as well about the last fight is that Ysera, he X-marked himself, Shadowbladed in, hit the creep, starting hitting at the tower. But I don't know if he miscalculated either his X-mark timing when he's gonna bring him back, or underestimating the damage from Milk. But he dropped down to about quarter the HP, and then that was actually when the Brewmaster jumped in, just when X marked the spot, brought Ysera back. And with that low HP, Kanka couldn't even go man mode in anymore. So that was maybe part of the reason why Milk actually won that fight, but now Kanka, Ysera, almost has his Daedalus finished.
I still much prefer the Blink Dagger over the Shadow Blade. Sure, Shadow Blade provides you nice damage, but if you're sieging, which is kind of what Insidious Idol have been doing, imagine if the Kunkka, every 8 seconds, he can just X-mark himself, blink over to the opponent's creep wave, attack the creep, have the pure damage go through to all of the Milk's heroes. They're taking so much harassment damage, eventually they have to go back to base to regen. And when that happens, Insidious Idol can easily go high ground. But Shadowblade just doesn't offer all that much when you're trying to break base.
Yeah, for base breaking definitely not. Like I saw Kuras maybe just get the Heart of Terras to tank it all up like a man. But like you said, Blink Dagger as well definitely might not be too bad. Just get the jump, X, Torrent, perfect combination setup. And Chu, he actually went for a Monkey King bar on the Mirana, which, if I am not mistaken, allows her to actually right click from the low ground and not miss on the tower. I know in chat once, some people are like, oh noob, it doesn't work that way, but at least the tooltip says, prevent your attacks from missing.
I'm pretty sure you still miss from low ground to high ground though. I'm pretty sure on this one. You still have the low ground to high ground miss. But I think in terms of miss, the MKB, it's referring to just the evasion. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Man,
But
I don't know either.
Last time I checked.
Oh, but the Torrent,
La, la, la.
he just takes it like a man. He has the BKB, pops it as well. No ghost ship will activate on him at least. And still, he's down to half HP. Sleight of Fist comes out. And the Exorcism just completely killing the Brewlings once again. Earthbender has to be careful not to just die here. Rin gets stunned up. Shoot, going for the right, it's the range racks or melee racks almost down. The Aegis gets popped. The Epicenter not used yet. Can you actually come in back with the Epicenter? Shadow Shaman Wards are there as well. Q just leaps out of their thread. Oh, that physical damage Epicenter. A little bit too late. Can he get the blink off? First strike was there, but well, Thread, he was down as it was. But now all the ultimates are cooldown. Oh, nice Torrent onto 2. Def gets out of the Mystic Flare, but la. He goes down anyway, Chu. Just gets the last right click in. Buyback is there on the Ember. Can they defend still? Bristleback buys back as well, so Insidious Idol, they are still to break cracks, and Melibrax even survives somehow, but Rin silenced, arrowed in the face. Goes down almost immediately. Sarah, he's back in the fight. Shadowware, well, and it looked nice for them, but they shouldn't have left their base really.
Yeah, I mean, Insidious Idol, they were already falling back, and the double buybacks on Milk, and just having the Ember Spirit die once again, I don't know. This is so costly.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it felt like, okay, Insidious Idol, they suffered a few losses as well. Milk, they both back. I mean, if they had just waited at the racks, defended the racks from their high ground, I feel like they could have held on for longer, but just with the Epicenter failing, they were still so eager to just go for the kill. 3 of them chased an Enchantress. Burrow Strike was used as well for an already dead Enchantress. And from there on, Insidious was like, yeah, their spells are on cooldown once again. That's our opportunity, and they just went back in.
Yeah, and one of the big things that I guess we didn't really talk about because we're busy talking about other things was at top there was a DD rune, and Isera, he passes bottle to Chu so he can pick up the DD rune, and that's why the Rex just felt so freaking fast. That melee Rex, essentially it was just all Mirana. And once again, they're trading bottles back and forth, and I'm enjoying this quite a bit. This is some good fun.
It's good plays overall, just playing it smart, I guess, and Chu actually still gets the bottle for himself in the end as well, with the regen rune now bottled up. Another 3.5k gold in the bank. Looking at the graphs again, 25k gold lead, 25k XP. It is a mini miracle that Milk has been able to hold on, but Epicenter is ready, they've smoked up. Can they catch Chu off guard this time? No ages for him, Rin. Is he gonna go in? Oh, the leap is already out. Can he still catch? He's using the Remnant so much now. He's silenced up. Mystic Flare is there as well. Will he go down? Yes, he will, Chu. Make sure of that. Epicenter will. Is it gonna come out at all, Def? He's just running around. It is a 2-for-1 at the moment. Exorcism does a decent amount of damage, but not nearly enough. Arrow will come. Shadower goes down. Def. Oh, no. X marks back. And Milk, that was really just forced by them, and they couldn't really accomplish anything.
Yeah, and the GG call comes out. I still feel one of the biggest blunders during the draft was picking up the Ember Spirit so early. And Skywrath Mage being such a high priority first pick material, you know that's just gonna happen, you know? And we see it time and time again, the silence is used on the Ember and he gets immediately just bursted.
Okay. I just was reading the chat at the moment. Some people even there are saying that yes, you won't miss from low to high ground, and some people are, you are missing still, it only works on creeps and heroes, so I guess it's still open. Maybe we will find out for game number 2. As guys, speaking of game number 2, it is coming up in just a couple of minutes time where Milk will have to just tie the series up, because if they don't, they are definitely not gonna get to the playoffs. It will be 100% certain, I think, for them. But guys, if you like this, be sure to follow us on this channel as well as HeflaTV too, and just check out our social media to know when we're going live, with what tournaments, all the updates that we have, sponsors we're getting, whatnot, giveaways as well, in the future at least. And, well, it is all HeflaTV, all social media, and huge thanks to Mito for casting with me, and we'll both see you in game number 2.